desire is to call on the president to review and reconsider his stand on the churches and the mosque.
Okay.
These things should have a holistic approach. And my plea to the president is that in as much as he has a responsibility constitutionally to be able to protect the citizenry in an issue like this, which is very alarming, we also have to get a place where we can rather get the church leaders to sensitize their followers and the congregation. It is a very important time that instead of closing down the churches for now and the mosque for now, which for us as a nation in Ghana is the best medium where we can get information across, we should rather sensitize our congregation, get our mindset transformed, and then get a broad-minded approach to this issue. I know the president did his best under the circumstance, but he's not the only person who is under pressure. The whole world is at a standstill. The whole globe is at a standstill. Nobody has a solution, and we cannot pretend that science has no solution to it for now.
Okay.
There's going to be a solution, at least not tomorrow or tomorrow next. So let us rather come to that place, and especially with Ghana, we should also understand that we don't even have the capacity to fight the pandemic. We don't have the logistics. We don't have the equipment. I have lived in Europe for many years, and I know even they who have the capacity and equipment are still struggling. So what we need to do is, today I'm calling on all stakeholders to come together in a massive united front to fight this pandemic. And one of the things I will beg politicians, both incumbents and opposition, is that we should try to even run away, desist from politicizing anything. I really was happy with the stand and the passion with which the president spoke last night. And I know that under the circumstance, that is what he knows best. But I'm also pleading with leadership that they should reconsider and review the stand on the churches and the mosque, because the church leaders, the religious leaders, can rather speak to the followers more. Information breakdown and dissemination of information can come from religious leaders better than even the politicians. Because in a situation like this, politicians don't have control at all. People will read meanings into every political statement that comes from any political leader.
Right.
The followers of congregations will listen to their leaders. And that is where the formation can be done. And remember, it will be very also important for us to get the holistic approach I'm saying, and then we can have a mindset of transformation to won't do things the way we do it again. The president made a statement that was very laudable, that we should respond to the times. We live in a very sensitive time, and I think it's true. But we must also look at it that in as much as the state has a responsibility to educate and to protect its citizenry, education is paramount. And education in situations like this must come from religious leaders.
Still pertaining to that, I mean, churches and mosques, attendance have been banned, but then institutions or not institutions, other public places such as the clubs are still in operation. What do you make of that?
Which is rather, I think, the task force that advised the president lost sight of that aspect. People traveling from Accra to Kumasi, or Accra to Konongo, or Accra to Tamale will sit in a coach that seats more than 50 people, 60 people. So we still have a problem. So even if we don't congregate in the churches, even that alone, meeting in the buses alone is. So what we need to do is an environment where we can bring regulation. And in this occasion, I think regulations are very important so that we can have an implementational process to inform our congregants and our followers. Closing down the churches, I think, is something that the president should review and reconsider.
Let's talk about the spirituality of this all. Should we look at it with spiritual lens. I mean, the way the pandemic has affected the world essentially, because it's affected the economy of the world, and generally it started in Wuhan in China, but then it's spread so much so that it's in Ghana now and in several other countries. People have died, and the number of reported cases keeps surging. Is there any link to, say, the end of the world or the end times?
I would not look at the end of the world. I think sometimes we have to be very open-minded. And as I'm saying, we cannot be myopic about situations like this. It is clear to me and to all of us now that the world leaders knows they have no solution over anything. The world leaders have no solution of the issues of the world. It is only God who has solution over it. So the God factor should not be left out. We are all in the hands of God. So now it is very clear to us that it is not American power, it's not a third world power, a first world power, economic power, political power, or strategies that governs us. It is God that governs us. There's a scripture that I want to use strongly. The scripture is 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. Say, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves. This has humbled everybody. Because this pandemic, whether you're a president or a cleaner, it can touch you. Whether you're an American president or you're a Ghanaian president, it can touch you. Whoever you are, you cannot expect. As you sit down there as a journalist and I sit here as a man of God, the pandemic, the virus has no respect of persons. So if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, that's number one. This one has brought humility to all of us. Number two, pray. This is a time that I am calling for a massive prayer rally around the world for God to bring a solution. Number three, said, if we seek the face of God, solution is not in the hands of man. If President Akufo Addo had a solution yesterday, the person from which he spoke, they are giving us a solution. Everybody is trying an error. Even Donald Trump is trying an error. All world leaders are trying an error. Boris Johnson in the United Kingdom is trying an error. So number three. Number four, we should turn from our wicked ways. It means that we should not be vindictive. We should not use this situation to victimize other people, but rather see how we can come together in it.